Jordan Shin. What's it long as it stops the goal? Emery top puts it low. Kada Walker won in Norson. Cornasheko. Shin and Fall will end him on Laochra Emil Gachtina. Caught back to it. And we'll go again for Greece. To Leon. On great fire.
I always had a dream to play for Meath. Now, most times your dreams don't come true. This one did come true. Meath winning All-Ireland in '67, I would have followed that. I always looked up at Jack Quinn playing fullback for Meath, and that was my aim or my dream that someday could play fullback for Meath.
The lead goal is fullback Jack Quinn, and Jack's kick is half blocked down.
Everything has to go right for you. You've got to avoid injury. You have to be involved in a good team to get there. So all them things kind of worked out in our favour as we're going on.
Mick Lyons thundering after this one, the captain who inspires.
I didn't really look upon the captain as any better than any other player on the team. But to be captain as opposed to the team in '87 was a great honour.
Imireoir ina raibh cruas agus crógacht, Loch Leanta na mí agus lán cholí na fórne, léirigh Mick Lyons ina chuidir a féin na buna fad a bhí fern bhócach na mí sna hochtarí.
Mick Lyons, the captain, his proudest moment ever, I'm sure.
Tá tradiisiún láidir pelle sa bhfuil ige Mick Lyons, dimir gur thar agus col cethar leis don bhí rimis agus dimir ahar le cíl dara.
From the time they were 4 or 5 years of age, they were always playing football. They were out there on the lawn and they were either playing tennis, football or hurling, but generally speaking, football. And I suppose at 16 years of age, he was in school in Trim, and I met the teacher one day and he says to me, you know, he says, Meath have the makings of a great fullback in your son.
It was all around us. I mean, there could be 10 of us out there playing the lawn, and everyone fought their own corner. So there was nothing new when you would off to play somewhere else, not to fight your own corner. So we learned that you fought your own corner and got nothing handy.
Under wide blue skies, there's a place to lie.
Or bhí sé anna óg, bhí Mick Lyons ina chrán taca ag an gumana túil drim saorig.
Come on, Connor. Take it by him, a good shot. Next.
My belief in young players, you have to let them develop their own skill and their own way of playing, because you can't keep telling everyone what to do. The young players have their own skill and you can't take that away from them. At the end of the day, they'll win out.
Don't let him
When you
in.
got by him, you didn't stay going. Yeah. You gotta, when you get in by him, you don't turn back where you have to come from. Just when you get by, stay going.
He just helps me with everything, like picking up and catching and kicking the ball and everything like that. It's good fun and it's like playing football. I'd like to be forward actually.
Okay. Right, lads, in now, get tugged out and away we go. Well done, lads.
Come on,
Bhí Lyons takeithe gcórbacht roinnt lán chúlathe éachtacha a bhí go chuntaí. Le héadí Jack Quinn a thug sártha spántas a gluthe ceannis il éireann in 1967.
But waiting for it there, in front of the Meath goal is fullback Jack Quinn, and Jack's kick is half blocked down, kicking out for Cork. In the centre of the field, it's Matt Kerrigan. 3 minutes from half
A
time.
chun bhuiin sin na 67, ba chomhlacha ó grim saorig Matt Kerrigan is mó a chuige bhaimir.
Their team a goal ahead.
Well, I would have seen him at under 14 level, you know, and I suppose under 16, and he was, you know, ready to come on playing adult football at probably around 16 years of age for Summerhill. He'd been on the senior squad at that time, playing junior football. So you could definitely see that he had potential anyhow, that's for sure.
Mick Lyons, a very strong fullback.
He has the hard man image now, you know, but that wouldn't be, there's a lot more to his armoury than that, mind you. He's very good fielder of the ball, and he's an excellent reader of the game as well. Well, you know, he went on to develop into one of the best full-backs the game has ever seen.
Haring sé cáilear féin fé bheith garbh sa tra idirnáisiúnta in ag na Austrálach.
An táimsin bhí an cluife bhain níos physical. agus da ríad píad nar a rána tú Mick Lyons bhí deise cinn tagad. Mar bhí Mick agus tá mé cinint de tú caiint leis gur haine na clufiisisin leis bhaid níos muna aonchla fella.
Out on the field.
It's one thing the Gaelic football hasn't got is an outlet to play for your country. And that, to me, as a sportsman, that is the ultimate thing to be able to play for your country. At starting off with your club, then your county and your province, then play for your country.
An idig 84 hannig na Australia as the rules and seo an chéad chlufa na éirin is a gorca bhí sé agus bhí Mick Lyons mar lán taca for in the Hayden.
I didn't remember too much about it because I was knocked out that day. I said, just coming out to the ball, and I put my hands up to the ball, and the next thing, I just don't remember. I remember waking up in the dressing room and the ceiling was going round.
Less than 10 minutes to say, Mick was laid out flat by a big guy called Mark Lee, who was literally 6'10", played for Australia. If you thought there was a Ferrari after Meath Cork matches in the late 80s, the Ferrari that went on after that first test.
Sin dúnach a héin, dúnach a dó an dúnach na dhé an a barca chrócaí, bhí náit lán, céad nar an mór an daine bit gorca, bhí náit lán mar stáil gur ásacha gur a rudaí cinnt le tarlú.
There was never any doubt in Mick's mind that he was going to play come hell or high water or any medical advice or otherwise. He was going to play the following Sunday in Croke Park.
Mick Lyons, the full, seeking out that tackle with determination. Remember, he was the one injured last Sunday.
So, I suppose, to be honest, I wanted to get my own back. I wanted to get my own back and put things right. Because when you come back to Summerhill, you'd have to, lads say, like being knocked out isn't, for a defender isn't the greatest thing in the world, So it was nice to square things up.
And Mick Lyons was outstanding that second test and cleaned Mark Lee and anybody else that came his way out of it. And I mean in terms of football.
And Mick came out for the ball with the two Australians. And everybody in the place thought, oh, jeepers, Mick's going to be killed stone dead. The two boys ended up on the ground. Mick came out with the ball, and from then on, it was the Lions' cage. That's how the whole aura developed around him and so on, and he became nearly like a cult figure, and of course he was a hero, you know what I mean? And is still a hero in Meath, and always will be,
Maidir sé gúnta áfach, níor bhéidir leis an bhí dul thar an chiad bhauta de chraibh Lyon.
Meath were supposed to be a good side and had a reputation of being a good team, but at that time we were very poor. I'd say the club I was involved with, Summerhill, were probably training more professionally and better than the county team was.
Níor siad bhfuil Loch Garman iad bliana bháin, bhfuil Longford iad bliana bháin, ní marrá, ní hin más le go Loch Garman na Longford, ach cheapach mint in the mé gur cheart go chun in the mé bhean an iad sin na bóla.
At that stage, no one didn't even want to manage the Meath team. Like, it was whoever would take it would get it. They weren't going to pay money around for it. Whoever come got it. So, in fairness to Sean took it over.
Sean, coach and manager there, Sean Boylan.
I suppose the first thing Sean worked out that we were a long way away to play in inter-county football. We weren't near enough fit enough. And he certainly changed all that.
Hánig Sean Boylan isteach, agus an chéad rud staí rinne sé ná díad séan beidir Mick Lyons, Jerry McEntee, Colm O'Rourke, Liam Hayes agus Joe Castles. Agus provinnéad na daoine sintrach. Agus an sin thug treisteach daoine eile nús col Cahar go Vic, Liam O'Harnan, treisteach daoine nús Robbie O'Malley agus daoine eile Terry Ferguson, agus Bernard Flynn agus Stafford.
We needed them and they needed us. So it was a good mixture. They wanted to win something and we certainly wanted to win something. So it was a very good mix.
Everywhere by Joe Castles. Joe Castles got the nudge to it. Liam Harnan. This is Bernard Flynn, another 21 star. Brian Stafford. Colm O'Rourke free on the far side, but that pass was misdirected. O'Rourke gets it nonetheless, outside the 20-metre line. And Meath have re-established the lead.
Agus géirigh an ceannas fearr a gáilte bhleach lia, thug Sean Boylan meascán den taithí agus den nóige le chéile an éile cochtá sé. Bhíonn an chéadidir le séimlíon na díag a bhfuil fir na mí craibh Lyon. Thugad aig iarn chlúteach chiaí sa chluthe le cheannis an bhliain sin. A fálam na céirde a bhí buachalí na mí, ach bhí cáileán an dóibh ar fad, agus de bhic Lyons go háirithe.
Mick wouldn't have been car loose. He wouldn't have been the fastest man in the world. But Mick always knew where the ball was. He was a fantastic reader of the game. He had this extraordinary natural strength as well. But I suppose probably the most important thing with Mick, as far as I would be concerned, is that he had this calmness about himself. He had a belief in himself.
Rud is tátaí beidir ar an seán is carrigar in se go bhí Lyons. Chur sé siar Mick Lyons cimmart mar lán chú agus bu an garrig sinna ar bhna sé an style pell a bhí chun na mís na blianta sin.
Well, quite obviously, Mick was the general of the square. You know, he came from a tradition of Gaelic games full-backs where their job was to police the square, that any forwards that came in and got the score had to earn it.
Bhí Gael lámh bráige chun seilbháil ar an líróid, agus bhí sé go tapig chun an slíon a raibh an líróid ag tachtasteach chuige a aimimsú, agus a agnaíon ar sús cadba cóir dhéanamh dul amach na fannach mar bhí sé. Bheith mína maileach clia ansáasta do mar rud é gur rugadcé a maileachtaí, agus bheith sé ná imirt a bailach clia mar bhí gach rud aige a bheith ag teastáil uait.
Ba Mick Lyons an captain nuair réifir na mí parca chrócaig de chluthe ceannis na hÉireann in 1987.
When you get out and get your couple of chances out of the province, you had to win that Ireland, and they were both very good sides, and they were hard batting.
There were two very capable and driven teams, hungry teams to win All-Irelands, and there's bound to be a clash.
Here's Robbie O'Malley having a great season at cornerback for Meath. To Brian Stafford, who was left unmarked as he was
Bhí Cliffy an Dían éidir mu chéana agus Cork, agus bhí rudí an Cliffy Crua is sinna sort style pelle bhí an ag an nám, agus má bhí tú gearra fáilte bar bhí leor is Cliffy an Crua ó híh pell agus beidir nach mar sé I léhéidir go Cliffy nimháin.
Mick was the ultimate warrior, you know. This there was an old phrase sometimes used in football, when you're going out onto the pitch, turn it into a battlefield, you know. This was just a surrogate war, or war, whatever you want to call it, and whatever had to happen on the pitch for 70 minutes then, that's what had to happen.
You know, Cork were going really, really well, and Jimmy Kerrigan, Jimmy was a great player, he could play anywhere, and Jimmy came on a sole run up the field, and he must have gone about 40, 50 yards with the ball, and came to going to have a shot, you know, to put the ball in the back of the net. And Mick's timing of it, he went full length and blocked the ball.
Where you go?
He got too close to me to do anything else with it. I knew he was going to kick it, like, I had a fear that he was going to kick it. But he wasn't a natural forward, he mightn't like me saying that, he was more a defender, and I knew that he wasn't going to actually sidestep me. So I waited and waited till the very end, and then I knew he was going to kick it, and I just dived on it.
And it was absolutely crucial, because the bottom line is, if Jimmy Kerrigan had scored the goal, to all intents and purposes, the match as a contest was probably over, even though there was still 10 minutes to go to half-time.
But that particular thing, it epitomised what Mick was like. Just calmness and coolness personified.
A couple of moments later, Colin O'Rourke scored a goal, and those two instances, which happened within minutes of each other, were the reason that we were fortunate enough to be part of an All-Ireland winning team, as opposed to just also-rans again.
Meath people at that stage were starved of success, and the supporters in Meath that thing were fantastic. That's our way of repaying them. Like the Meath supporters were fantastic, fanatical. You know, that was great.
One more thing. I'd just like to thank my club Summerhill, for without them I would not have the honour of being captain today.
Mick's inspiration was the way he played. A never say die attitude, an absolute stubbornness in the most positive sense of the word. I think one of his strengths was that he didn't say too much. He was the quiet man that got on with it.
But I wouldn't have done any more than a lot of other players did. And they weren't captain. You know, we were all leaders in our own different. That team was looking at a lot of leaders in different areas of the field.
And there's a royal welcome now and a huge ovation for the defending champions.
Leannach leis an ggéir chailint idir na méagus na Corcaigh ina bhliain dar giún.
Towards Dave Barry, taken by Mick Lyons. And then just ahead of Tony Nation. That's a neat pick-up. The switch of Flynn might well work. That's over the bar. He's 15 years a Meath player, and today he enjoys his proudest. Mick Lyons then, the captain.
The second one was nice, but I mean it's a bit like a drug or whatever drug was supposed to be like. That the more when you want to win one, you want to win two, and then you want to win three.
Thugad a Raiger Corcaigh den 3 uair in éideag nócha, cluthe na dearabhtaigh Mick Lyons go deo.
Colm O'Neill, and the pick-up off the ground by Colm O'Neill. Oh dear. Oh, that's rather senseless by Colm O'Neill.
That time Colin was sent off, I did actually ask the referee, don't send him off. Because, I mean, he just did something on the spur of the moment. I don't think he deserved to be sent off.
Just a rush of blood to the head, I'm afraid. Very untypical of the man. But Cork are down to 14 men.
If Cork got down to 14 men, it wouldn't be good for us either. So.
Sam Maguire goes proudly back to Lee's side. It's Sam.
I always remember the famous words, Mick's famous words. He put his arms around me in the dressing room. He said, "I'm sorry, Sean. I probably should have hit him back. I probably should have started a row. Might have woken us up, you know what I mean?" But again, the honesty of it.
Má bhí anró a buint leis an Gaelin sin a gcuine Corcaigh do loch takeíochta na fórne, ní raibh aon bhreithige shromlaí habhar na bliana na éideag nócha hain.
It was the first round match. I was against Dublin, which was basically Leinster final. Because again, as I said before, if you get over Dublin, that time you were heading into semi-final Ireland, which that's what you wanted to get, and playing football in August. As it turned out, it took 4 matches, as everyone knows, to separate us.
Bhí mu lug bocht na néamar im canach ticéid cheire huire cheire gónach a né chéile sábran ideag na chahéin.
Jack Sheedy. Firing in the ammunition towards Vinnie Murphy.
Richtnig le fi sin bhíh anchailint ag Mick Lyons le tosí blach lé go mór Vinnie Murphy bhí si chur anhaid chéile and is go chulachlefa agus chu siad anna ráhaid chéile láháin.
I don't think I made bad contact with him. But I suppose if you do attempt to strike, you have to go. And had to go, and go I did.
Never disputed. The referee, had said, Tommy Howard said, off. There's no such thing as fighting with the referee, or you should, or you shouldn't, whatever. He just turned and he walked straight over. It was directly over towards the hill. And honest to God Almighty, anything like the welcome he got at the hill.
Just typical of the man, typical of Mick. Got the red card, walked straight to the line, didn't even look back, didn't even remonstrate with the referee, took his medicine on the chin and just walked away.
And I wouldn't be very proud of getting sent off, because at that stage you're letting down your teammates, and it's certainly playing Dublin, you don't want to be down any man.
The 4th match underway, the 3rd replay, and the changes we were speculating were
Cheirich le níos déanaí agus fós ní raibh tora ná aon rion de cheann ar an imirt. Dimmer an bhí go fíochmhar ach fós bhí an lábhan uachtar ag a buachalí na hart chaharach.
Trying to make sure it's a fifth, and it's Declan Sheehan.
Kicke Erike, an far a spála méadú cinte, ach bhí séftaigh Mick Lyons.
In this championship match. It's a goal! No, it's offside! It's offside, he's missed it!
Nor bhí Keith ag risús chun kick ó gáil bhí Mick díreach an naca leis ag éirí brú a chur agus éirí a súla thógant as an ón líróid.
Mick, yes, indulged in a little bit of gamesmanship, ran close enough with Keith to kick the ball himself, breathing down his neck, probably whispering sweet nothings into his ear about his prospects of scoring it, and it was a huge moment in the match, and Keith just pulled it wide, and what do you say?
The more I think about it,
I would never have planned that. It's something that just happened on the spur of the moment. Now, I don't know why he did it, but all of a sudden I remember I was right up beside, just beside Keith Barr when he was kicking it. Like, I didn't intend to do that when the penalty was given, and like, it just happened. Up to that, like, Dublin had the match won, like, because they were kicking great scores, and we were certainly we were backs to the wall, and I couldn't actually see our way out of it that day.
Fi'n clufa hart da ride o hif chun na mígo a fós chunig Mick Lyons na rosha hart. Hen agus mart no canal has sé de cain lírod ag I chéile, fos sé tus fág leis an lírod.
Strong men in opposition. Nice pass played inside very quickly by Matty McCabe to Liam Hart.
Níor chur lead amháin as bla clia a lád an lírod.
Beggy. It's still possible. Foley.
Is chus sé fad na páirce agus chríochtna Kevin Foley an lírod is chus as an agacha.
We would score them goals in a training exercise, but to do it, like, you can plan a lot of things in your life, but actually to get it to happen on a big day at the most important time, that was fantastic. Yeah. Everyone in Meath wanted Meath to win All Ireland, and but everyone outside Meath didn't want Meath to win All Ireland.
Once upon a time, this would always goes, but I made it breathe.
Fé dhearan na bliana agus é gimmert sa chluthe ceaniste nuair dheirigh, níor hála a nimmert mar bhailis.
Getting 3 All Irelands, we felt, would have been a great way to walk away and say that's it. But as things turn out in life, they don't always work out that way.
Bhí muid súl son Mick agus leidivic gomach an bú agin in naidún a ní réilin. So sinna beidir an díma smú ó na blianta sin umsa mar chuna bhí túr taú chun chundagin.
Sabotage, determined to lose it all.
Mick Lyons is down with an injury. It's going to require attention.
I twisted my knee in the first half, and I possibly shouldn't have come out in the second half. We ran into a very, very good down team, and they were aggressive and to the point, and were able to score. In general, I think football has been good to us, and you have to accept there is low times and there is high times, and we were lucky enough to experience the good times, and you have to be able to accept the bad times thrown into that.
I've gone through a lot of life, and I've met many people. I have met very few people with the integrity, with the sense of purpose, fair play, and most of all, honour. That would be in Mick Lyons.
As usual, man.
Tá Mick inis sáte is sport níos réchúsí, agus is minic a hagan na íor cho leacaí chanimre leis a chúrsa Gael féin, an cúrsa óir a rá cuair.
I'm just going to say there.
The man, we'd be all very close down on some hill.
He's everything, but he's travel golfer.
That's terribly fatal.
Yeah, I won't do that.
So many minor chords outside. I fell in love with the sound. Oh, I love to sing along with you. We got tunes we kicked around, song. We got a bucket that the tunes